Hello, my name is Flano. I'm here in sunny Brisbane. I'm not sure if you can see this now, but it is absolutely. I'm on the main road, by the way. I just want to throw it out there. I'm fully just standing on the bridge. Load of cars look at me. Social anxiety fears me. I'm here in the middle of the city. Not an absolute bother on me. The Lions won last night in a fairly convincing performance. Obviously, one of our better games. But I can bring you through that game. I'm not going to do it here because I'm standing right in the middle of the road looking out and see. The city is incredible, by the way. I fully understand why half the population of Ireland lives over here. It is actually quite sick, believe it or not. So maybe I might be convinced, but no. What else rugby can do if you don't have a stadium PA? You know? So that's what keeps me in Ireland. Nonetheless, we're going to run through what happened in the game, give player ratings, a bit of crack. Let's get into it. So I'm not sure if you can even hear me right now or see me, but I'm quite literally just standing or sitting in the middle of like a park looking out over Brisbane. But just to go over last night's game, and I'm going to go through my notes here, like for what we expected and what was trying to be imposed by the Lions and kind of what Andy Farrell brought to the table, I thought James Lowe was exceptional. Obviously, he probably got unlucky a few times and set up that Hugh Jones try, which obviously was disallowed for a Dolphin movement. I did nearly go absolutely sick when I thought the ref had allowed the Swalihi try, who, by the way, is an absolute fraud. I just want to throw it out there. How that man is on a $5 million contract or whatever is beyond me. I've simply no idea. Frankly, I thought Australia would bring a lot more to the table than they did. They didn't seem to bring a lot in attack. Obviously got a try through Max Jorgensen and Tate McDermott there at the end. Tate McDermott was probably just poor defending by the Lions towards the end, and the Max Jorgensen try was a bit of luck, bit of kind of the ball bouncing your way. Look, of course, well finished, really good pace to get past Russ in the corner and take the ball over Hugo Keenan. Hugo Keenan, a man who couldn't really swallow Coke Pops there about fucking 2 weeks ago now, was absolutely unbelievable. I thought the way he ran lines, the way he called shapes, even when Russell out of play, was exceptional. It was something that we probably hadn't seen from him in a while. Look, obviously being sick and nothing's really gone his way over the past few weeks. We'll jump into player ratings because I think that's probably what it's the easiest thing to do here instead of reviewing the game like I'm an actual pundit when in reality I probably don't have a clue. Start off with one, Ellis Genge. I'm going to give Ellis Genge a 7. I thought he was very good now, to be fair. Did get penalised at the scrum a few times, but in St. Porter, I'm not sure. I think it's every ref is kind of different when it comes to these tests and how Ellis Genge was refed. I don't think it was fair, to be honest. Nonetheless, leaking penalties at scrum time, and even I think it was 2 free kicks given against him. So I'm going to give Ellis Genge a 7. Dan Sheehan, I'm going to give a 9. I thought his line-out throwing was exceptional. His edge play was unbelievable, even his try in the corner. Superbly finished. The way he plays that kind of edge forward role is just ridiculous. He's essentially a 8th back. As for Tyke Furlong, I thought Tyke Furlong had a man kind of had a lot to prove. Obviously Will Stewart on the bench as well. I'm going to give Tyke Furlong a 7.5. I thought he was very, very good at scrum time. Did get penalised once or twice, but nothing I think is all-round play. Obviously he was lucky to avoid yellow card as well. Obviously mitigating rules and whatnot, but I'm going to give him a 7. I think I thought Tyke Furlong was very, very good. Maro Itoje, on the other hand, captain, obviously for the first test, a huge kind of thing for him over these past few days. Wasn't exactly too impressive. I think Maro Itoje will always give you a 7-8 performance regardless of how he's playing. Towards the end of the game though, I think he struggled fitness-wise, which is something that was hot for first test, and for a man who hasn't exactly played too much rugby over the past few weeks is something I would slightly be concerned about. There was one stage, I'm not sure if it was picked up in camera at all, but it was after the ball had been knocked on Itoje. He didn't get back to his feet for about a minute and a half. He just looked absolutely bollocks. Even in terms of the line out right at the end of the game, when it was kind of would have been a big statement by the Lions to go over and score, to not win that line out. I don't know if he's calling the line outs, I'm pretty sure he is, but to not go up and win that line out and possibly get a try to kill Australia off, it is quite poor, in my opinion, by the Lions. Number 5, I'm going to go with Joe McCarthy. I think Joe McCarthy, I'm going to give another 7.5. I thought he was very, very good. I just think he got whipped off in the 45th minute. Not any bad way, I imagine, because I think Ty Byrne was just unbelievable, and it was kind of a thing of Ollie Chesnam is going to make that impact either for Ty Byrne or Joe McCarthy. And look, he came on, Ollie Chesam was exceptional as well, so I think a solid 7.5 for Joe McCarthy. I thought he was very, very good. Tyke Byrne, obviously man of the match, I'm going to give a 9. I thought Tyke Byrne was exceptional. A breakdown, line-outs, you name it. Just the play around the park was unbelievable, even the way he hits rucks. I think I'd love to know his ruck effectiveness stats, because I thought every ruck he hit, he sealed off really well, and he was just absolutely exceptional. Tom Curry, a man who I owe the biggest of apologies to, as I've mentioned, was just absolutely exceptional. The way he played, the way he was just around the park, his work rate. Look, probably a man who had a lot to prove coming into this game, in fairness, with everything we said during the week about Jack Morgan, Josh Van der Fleer, even Henry Pollock not getting in ahead of him. He was absolutely exceptional. I really thought that hit the way he held himself and the way he obviously got his try as well in the second half. He was exceptional. So
hats off. Tom Curry got his try in the first half, but he was just exceptional. I really thought he was ridiculously good, and hats off. Turns out, what do I know? Jack Conan, number 8, obviously his 4th consecutive Lions start at number 8. Thought he was exceptional. I said it there on Twitter during the week that he's probably going to be the most underrated Irish player in history, because just the competition he's had throughout the years. CJ Stander, Caelan Doris, even if he would have been around Jamie Heaslip's times, I suppose, as well, as to a certain extent. But he is absolutely exceptional. His work rate was unbelievable. I'm going to give him an 8. I thought his work rate around the park was exceptional, and even his ball carry and the way he played the game was just immense. So I'm going to go with an 8 for Jack Conan. On to the backs, starting off number 9, Gibson Park. I thought Gibson Park was unbelievable. There's a clip, which hopefully I'll have on screen, was for Dan Sheehan's try. There's I think it was Ollie Chesney makes a hard line, and he has the option to go out the back to Hugo Keenan, but instead he skips right to Tom Curry, I believe it was, or James Lowe it might have been, and he skips out 4 defenders. He takes out 4 Australian defenders with 1 pass to leave a 3-on-1 on the wing, and obviously Dan Sheehan went over in the corner. It's little things like that is what you get with Gibson Park. His passing is just absolutely exceptional. It's something that I don't think any other 9 in the world can do at the moment. Finn Russell, I'm going to give, for Gibson Park, I'm going to give him 8.5. I thought he was just exceptional, and like, even for his game, probably one of his quieter games in fairness now. At number 10, we had Finn Russell. I thought Finn Russell really controlled the game well. His kicking was exceptional, the way he controlled the game. I thought him linking up with Sione Tuipulotu and Hugh Jones was exceptional as well. I'm going to give Russell an 8.5. His pass to Sione Tuipulotu as well was absolutely exceptional. It was kind of a pass where he fakes to go for the kick, which just kind of brings out, I think it was Max Jorgensen. It kind of brings him out, which opens up a gap, and he fires a probably 25-metre pass across over the head of Swalihi into Tuipulotu's hands, who finished it absolutely exceptional. Finn Russell's game management was just ridiculous, and how well himself and Gibson Park work together is just phenomenal. I'll skip to the centres. I'm going to go with the Hugh Tuipulotu centre partnership as kind of as one. I thought they played very well. Hugh Jones obviously unlucky not to get his try. Tuipulotu did get his try. A lot was said, obviously, would have Andy Farrell opted for Aki and Ringrose in this game if Ringrose fit, but kind of goes to show, I don't think it really matters who starts in that centre partnership. Even it could be Aki and Jones, who kind of finished off the game together. Just exceptional, and just unbelievable how they kind of played together and how cohesive kind of the 3 of them were together. I'm going to give both of them a 9. I thought they were absolutely exceptional. Probably could have done more. Hugh Jones, once again, awful unlucky not to get his try. On the left wing, James Lowe. James Lowe was a bit like Marmite. The best way I can put it with this game. I thought he was extremely good. People on Twitter and people on whatever might have not shared that opinion, for example, but I thought he was very good. I thought he did his kicking game, and his work out the back was just exceptional. Got unlucky with a few kicks, and even the Max Jorgensen try, kind of at fault, just now having heads up, but the fuck, that was a bike. Kind of at fault for that, but nonetheless I was very happy with Lowe. I thought his kicking game was good. Got unlucky, he kicked the dead twice, I believe, if not definitely once, but just kind of unlucky times. I'm going to give James Lowe a 6.5, which, look, it probably sounds harsh, but I can't go giving everyone fucking 7.5s. On the right wing, Tommy Freeman. Thought Tommy Freeman was quiet, kind of in the same category how Lowe was. I think he kicked out on the full twice as well. Maybe nerves of the first game. I'll give Tommy Freeman the benefit of the doubt, but I'm going to give him a 6. I thought he was quite bored, but he didn't get on the ball a whole pile. Probably doesn't suit the Andy Farrell system as well as the likes of Hansen might would. I do buy Tommy Freeman's a better winger and probably a better player than Hansen, but in terms of who fits in the system better, it's undoubtedly Mac Hansen. And that will be definitely interesting to see next week who will play on that right wing. And personally, I reckon it'll probably be Mac Hansen. And lastly, of course, Hugo Keenan. I thought Hugo Keenan was probably back to his best. I'm going to give him a 7.5. He was just ridiculous. I thought Hugo Keenan, as I mentioned, his line running, the way he picks his line, the way he can call shapes on the fly when Russell's down, or if someone else hasn't stepped into 10, it's just exceptional. His rugby IQ is unbelievable. Look, unfortunate with the Max Jorgensen try, because he was a safe centre under high ball, and his kicking game was exceptional. He got awful unlucky at one stage when the ball can bounce out of his hands after sliding across. Once again, it's marginal. Like, outside that, that's an incredible backfield cover. If he catches that, probably has space in the backfield, kick in behind. So I'm going with 7.5 for Hugo Keenan. I thought Hugo Keenan was very, very good. So yeah, we're only going to keep it nice and short here because I'm actually baking and sun. I'm going to do the first 15 for today's game. I didn't think too much of the bench made a difference. Kind of your Ollie Chesums was quite good. Will Stewart was quite good. Like, no one really disappointed off the bench. Ben Earl made an impact, was good. Didn't really fight his case too well. Alex Mitchell couldn't do a whole pile. Same with Marcus Smith. Marcus Smith was very quiet, or Marcus Smith was very quality. He was just he controlled the game well when he came on, didn't try and do too much and force it. The same can be said for Bundyaki. I thought Bundyaki was exceptional as well when he came on. Just kind of controlled the game really, really well. Didn't try and outdo himself. Didn't try and buy his way into that team. But yeah, I'm happy. And unfortunately, I think this is looking like it's going to be a 3-0 series for the Lions. And I think that's an absolute staple of where maybe the Lions are at and kind of the home nations are at, except for Wales, of course, because they are dog shit. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below, and we'll see how we go. Thanks for watching.